Hey, so this is the video about Vec2 and Vec3, and then I'll explain you about OnDisable function of model-based blocks. So Vec2 and Vec3 are simply two-dimensional and three-dimensional uh, mathematical objects or models where the uh, direction and the magnitude is decided. So a vector 2 contains x and y components because it is 2D. And in vector 3 there's one more component which is the third 3D component of z, which makes it a 3D vector. So mostly in 3D development we use vector 3, uh, and for some purposes you can also use vector 2, vector 2D, but in 2D development we use vector 2D. Now I'll show you how it works. So I have created a vector 3 with move and initialized it with 1, 2 and 3. Now in update I have just transformed the player using vector move at speed and time dot delta def. Now how does vector 3 so how this will translate is that it may move 1 on x axis 1 unit, then 2 unit on y axis, and then 3 unit on z axis. So you can see it here, it's going there. It's bouncing because of that y-axis thing, and still, as gravity is still working on it, so it comes down as well. Now if I make this y component 0, so yeah, it's not bouncing anymore, but it's going in the same direction because vectors uses magnitude and direction to process. Okay, now vector 2D and vector 3D have many functions or calculation can be done on them, like uh, dot component, then multiplication and all. So this is what vector 2D and vector 3. Now we'll see what is OnDisable. So OnDisable is called whenever an object is disabled in the game or scene. So I'll show you on just a minute. Yeah. In this update method, I have shown that if the player position is of x on x-axis is greater than 3, we will set that game object false. Set that game object's enablement as false. So what happens as soon as it is deactivated, the object is deactivated, the on disable object will be called. Okay, so now run. Okay, yeah, it goes beyond 3. Stop the game. See here, the object got disabled is executed. That means as soon as the object goes beyond 3, on disable is executed. So the use case of on disable is if we are pushing an enemy through the cliff in a 3D game, okay, and if we want to disable its properties and animation and all, so we can just yeah, and as soon as the enemy gets pushed beyond certain point from the cliff, then the player gains some certain points. Okay, so whenever the player pushes the enemy, it goes beyond that certain point of the cliff, then the on disabled is called. And in this on disabled method uh, we will pass we can say a logic to just increment score of player. Okay, Why we are just disabling it here? Because we want to get that enemy to be alive again after 5 minutes. So we can use some coroutine or timer to make that enemy alive again after some time. So if we have used on destroy instead of on disable, so we had to recreate that enemy object because it was totally destroyed. But on disable gives us the upper hand to just reactivate that object whenever we need it again without totally destroying that object. So thank you.